Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream. Oh, thank you. No, anyway, before I carry on, let's get Glenn on. You're right, Glenn?
You're ready tonight, weren't you?
I was ready tonight.
With your little button, yeah, ready to press.
Yeah, I was ready for it, and yeah.
Good evening, Phil. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
Good. I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, not bad at all.
Good to hear. I don't know if I am suffering a bit or not. I don't know if it's a midlife thing or not, but I've been getting a lot of brain fog recently. I've just been a bit, I don't know, unable to focus on anything and concentrate on anything like that. And I thought, is this a midlife thing? Is it a midlife crisis or not? But yeah, I've been really struggling to focus and get my thoughts in order and things. And I don't know if it's just exhaustion or midlife stuff. I don't know. I don't know or anything like that, or is it just me?
I think when we've got a lot on, it's hard to get clarity, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think either of us are turning into my mum yet. But you know.
No, sorry. It's there. But yeah, it's this last week or so I've just been struggling a bit to find that focus and find just clarity of thought, really, and it's just been a little bit foggy. So yeah, it's been a funny old week. Because
so is this your excuse for why you get lost on the live streams the last few weeks?
It could possibly be something to do with that.
Searching for excuses. Oh, I need to come up with a reason why I'm just
not searching for excuses now. It's just a life thing. I think I don't know what
it is. I think we just have a lot on, don't we, and a lot to think about, and it's
it got to the point where it's sort of Googling things and looking things up and thinking, is it my age? Is it something to do with that? Or is it just that I've just been that busy with thinking about things here and there that I'm just losing any chain of thought and real focus or anything? But I was like looking through and it's like, oh, could I be a bit anemic? Is it my red blood cell count? And stuff like that.
God. I thought you were going to say you were going to Google something and then you'd forgot what you were going to Google.
No, it's just symptoms. Let's go to Google Doctor. I've been feeling
Google
like
Doctor is the worst thing on the planet. Google Doctor is you're either fine or you died a month ago.
Yeah,
so there's nothing in between type of thing. So you're always best to avoid Google Doctor. I was going to say like the plague, but that's probably a bad example because you'll probably start thinking you've got the plague.
Potentially.
Yeah. Has anything fell off yet at all?
Not yet, no.
No, you're probably all right then.
Right. Before we carry on, I'm going to say hi to guys in this chat because we've had a few people in here already.
Busy, aren't it?
I'm going to go kind of backwards so I can hopefully catch everyone and things. Saw Lynn in the other room was in, so I'll try and throw her comments up in a moment.
Indeed. Yeah.
We've got Kane with us. Good evening, Kane. Hey,
okay.
Good to have you back. Jim Bob's with us. Evening, Phil and Glenn.
Evening, Jim Bob's.
Adam from New York. He says it's probably from too much doom scrolling. Possibly.
Thank the Lord for the brick.
Slop Professor, been watching too much TikTok? No, I've not got TikTok at all. But
good evening, Slop Professor. Anyway,
yeah, good evening. Anyway, Jeremy Carr with us in the chat. Good evening, Jeremy.
Evening,
live. Yes, we are. We are. Morton's review says, I think buying all the movies might be the midlife thing. I don't know about that, Morton. Good evening to you, sir. But I think getting rid of all of the movies is sort of my more midlife thing at the minute.
I feel like Morton's been buying movies since birth, so I don't think it's anything to do with midlife.
No, Slot Professor says it's called the Gen Z lurgy. I've not heard of that, but I might look that up on Google.
Yeah, Google it, quick.
Google again. Brian Smith with us as well. Good evening, Brian. Says, hi, Phil. Everyone had a good weekend. Good. AJ Pink's with us as well. Good evening, AJ. Scrolling to
evening, AJ. Oh, everybody's got you sussed, haven't they?
You know what I mean? Adam Rag with us as well. Good evening, Adam. We've got Night Owl video reviews. Good evening, Night Owl.
Evening, Night Owl.
Show the movie, man. What's up, guys? John. We have Martin's movie cupboard. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Martin. Got Ethan Schneider with us as well. Good evening, Ethan.
Ethan Schneider.
We've got Cinema-san with us as well. Good evening or howdy.
Good evening, Cinema-san.
We've got Darren G. Good evening, Darren G.
Dazza.
Some back with us as well. Good evening, some Meowsalot. Hope you've been doing well. Brendan Forever with us as well. W Phil. W to you as well.
W Phil.
Yes. I know we've got Jerry here as well. I'll just throw into where are we? Jerry Cheers with us as well. Good evening, Jerry.
Jerry.
I think we're nearly there. Did I call out Woody?
No, I don't think you did.
No, I'm going to throw up a random. There we go. Woody, hello, Brent, Morton, Lynn, JC, AJ, and anyone else I've missed.
Anthony Lapiello was with us earlier, but he's now having his dinner.
And
he's been told he's not allowed to leave the table until he's eaten everything.
There we go. We've got Lynn in the other room as well.
Hi, Lynn in the other room.
There we go. Anthony Lapiello. Good afternoon, Phil, Glenn, and all of you who are in the chat. Today I'm having dinner right now, so I'll be with you soon. He'll be with you soon.
Shall we all just sit here and wait for Anthony now?
Yes.
Just all sit in silence and wait.
Anything?
A lot of weather we've been having. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think we should wait any longer.
No, I think we move on.
Move on. We've done that now. We've got PBT Productions. Good evening, PBT.
Good evening. I did also see Big Juice was in there as well.
Yes, Big Juice. There we go.
There
we've got Aswilko with us as well. Good evening, Aswilko.
Evening, Aswilko.
We've got Slop Professor again. Too much social media is brain draining. Absolutely. Brian Smith, could be lack of sleep. Could be. Yeah, I do track my sleep and I try to stay on top of it, but kids, man. Yes.
Kids, man.
Yeah. Alex Great with us. I think I've shouted out Alex as well. Slop Professor's come through. I've got to ask you guys before we start the topic. What did you guys think of the BAFTA fallout? Have you read much of this, Glenn?
Yeah.
It's I think it's a very difficult thing to talk about because there's a level of understanding from both sides of the picture.
You're almost damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's always high risk with somebody that has Tourette's that they're going to shout something out that is going to offend. But then, are you then isolating that person and discriminating by not allowing them to come to something like that in the first place?
Yeah.
Granted, what he did shout at one point was...
It was one of the worst things that you could have...
Yeah, I mean, it was completely unacceptable. And the biggest thing I have an issue with that is when Delroy Lindo was interviewed, he said at the time, nobody from BAFTA came immediately backstage to us.
Yeah.
To kind of explain the situation. And you would think they would jump on something like that straight away. There seems to be more of a backlash, to be honest, regarding the BBC actually putting it out there.
Yeah, I think
because it actually happened 2-3 hours before it was televised. Yeah. And it was kind of, maybe it should have been edited out.
It should have been edited out,
Yeah.
Pineapple Bowtie just says it was ridiculous. There's a 2-hour delay. It should have been picked up. But there shouldn't be anyone on earth that doesn't know what Tourette's is.
Yeah, but that was a lot of it, wasn't it? Most of the kind of thing on Twitter and what have you was this person's clearly a racist for them to shout that out in the first place.
Yeah.
And, Tourette's is your brain giving you the worst thing possible and going, you know what? Even though you don't want to say it, I'm going to say it out loud, whether you like it or not. Yeah. They have zero control over it.
Absolutely. So it was probably one of the worst things that he could have said. And I read something somewhere that summed it up pretty well, which was about the film, I swear, was about raising awareness for Tourette's and explaining what's involved and things like that. And then for this to happen and the kickback from it is like, well, you just awarded a film for speaking out and trying to educate people about Tourette's, but then on the other tip of the hand, you completely just not understanding even though you've awarded this film all the plaudits for it, you're still not understanding it. You're still going back to what it was before. So pick a lane, BBC.
Pick a lane and stick to it.
But I think messy, but
very,
very messy. It shouldn't have been televised, but there should also be a level of understanding there of what could happen. Whether you do have to remove that person from the situation just in case of things like that.
I am the biggest point. I am so unsure as to why the BBC didn't edit it.
Yeah,
and there's no way somebody could have thrown at them while you're discriminating against this person, because it was such a discriminatory comment that they made. It'd have been better if they'd have just removed it. I'm not sure why they kept it in at all.
Yeah. Let's see what the comments say about it as well, because seen a couple about it as well. Darren G says, I'm totally with John Davidson. He can't control what he says.
No, he can't.
Absolutely. Adam Ragg says, I think it was blown up and those Americans should be ashamed, to be honest. Maybe understand it all before saying something.
Yeah, it's difficult, though, when you've got, words like that being thrown around and, immediately people are going to react. They're going to be, angry and just, say things. It's not like they're going to go, I wonder why that person did say that. I'm gonna Google it like Phil does about all of his ailments. I think they just reacted and that was it. Sorry, I've got something falling on my leg. There we go.
AJ says mostly Americans manufacturing the outrage as well, from what I've seen, who don't understand it. There we go. Darren says the people having a go at John should watch I Swear and see what kind of life he's had. Yeah,
I mean, what promotion for the film?
Yeah. Pineapple Boatside, there was someone on the Undateables with Tourette's. She kept saying Thundercats and saying John Davidson is racist is like saying she's an anthropomorphic feline.
Yes.
There we go. Woody says, we know the editing department is pretty lame. Look at the malarkey with the Trump's speech. The Trump.
Yeah, that's a fair shout, to be honest. Yeah. It's edited to make it look worse, whereas they just didn't bother editing it full stop.
AJ says, even now it's been explained to people, it was said to they're doubling down against him. Yeah, Big Jace basically, it's the BBC's fault. BAFTA is never shown live. There's always a delay, so shame on them, not the person or persons at the award. Absolutely. Jeremy Carr has no idea what happened because I don't watch. Fair enough. You'll find headlines, Jeremy, if you want to dig into it. Last Days on Earth. Although what I said was bad, it probably has had 20 times the abuse from public growing up. I remember the documentary as a kid and all the kids were copying him in the playground. Yeah, it's... Adam says he had other outbursts during the show with ladies on stage that they cut. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I said to you when Alan Cumming was on to start with and presenting, I initially thought there was like a protester in there or something, because there was somebody shouting things and it seemed to go away. And then there was the Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo incident.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was removed at that point, though, because I didn't hear a single thing after that. I
think he left.
Right, okay.
I'm not sure, but I think I read something along those lines. Archer says, I Swear is great. Watched it before the controversy. I Swear and Begonia were the best movies I've seen in years. Also, Slipknot fans with us as well. Good evening, Slipknot.
And Finley Archers, who we read his comment but didn't say hi.
And the real Phil, 88, just got the 35th anniversary of the Back to the Future trilogy.
The real Phil's here, finally. Thank the Lord, we can get rid of you now.
Great movies, Back to the Future, though.
No, I mean the real Phil. We want the real Phil.
This
is double L rubbish.
Yes. Slipknot, not Slipknot fan, but there we go. I think I'm through a lot of the comments on that topic. So without further ado, do you think we ought to go to our topic?
We can do.
Are you ready then?
It's the topic of the week.
That's beautiful, man.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So, I did a thumbnail, which that isn't. I did a thumbnail.
There it is. Look.
This can change everything.
New dollar bill, y'all.
No, I was getting having the cash on there. I've got. You've seen the reason.
I'm glad the drug dealing's doing well for you. All power to you. Honestly, it's a growing business.
Yeah, I had some cash on hand because I've got to pay for the roof to be fixed because I'm getting problems behind me up here again. Same place as I had before. But yeah, cash. I don't know if cash is king, and it sort of set me off on think, how we pay for our physical media, our collecting habits, whatever it may be, CDs, books, games, Blu-rays, 4K or whatever. Can paying in cash affect what we buy and collect, or can how we pay affect what we buy and collect? Because obviously cash, it's sort of not dying out. Is it dying out, do you think? A lot of people use it less. They use cards for convenience or whatever else. And in the past, I've got into the habit of ordering online because it's easier, quicker, and what have you. But it's very easy to order online. It's very quick. I don't particularly think about the value or how much things costing me. Something comes up, I order online. I don't feel it. It's on card. I don't see it till later in the month or when I check my bank balance. I don't. But if I'm in a store paying cash, for me, it suddenly feels different how I spend the money. It suddenly you feel that value on there rather than paying cash and card. And yeah, do you think how we pay does affect what we collect? Is it going to affect what version of a film you pick up? Is it going to affect if you pick up a limited edition or a standard one? Is it going to affect if you buy the thing at all, handing over that physical cash instead of using a card or ordering online? Because added to that, the way we buy can also change things. Being there in person and having the cash compared to ordering online and using the card. Do you think that would, should, or does affect what you buy?
Yes, but I think I kind of come at it from a different perspective. I've not had a credit card for years and years and years.
Yeah.
When I did, I would just go, yeah, I'll buy that. I'll worry about it later type of thing. I don't do that now at all. And you know, I've just got a debit card, so I'm very conscious of anything I buy on that is coming straight out of the account. So you might as well be going to a cash point and drawing the cash out. It's equal to, if not, you know, if different. Yeah. I kind of prefer that in a lot of ways, in the respect of I try now, certainly, if I haven't got the money to buy something, then I don't buy it. It's as simple as that. I can't, you know, I don't have that, well, we'll pay for it another time type of aspect.
Yeah.
I see it on eBay, though, with, I mean, I've got eBay credit and things like that. And, you know, I've still got Christmas and birthday vouchers and all this kind of thing. So, but I notice on eBay now with things like Klarna, you know, that's another way of doing things where you kind of, well, I can't really afford that, but actually it's £60. I can't afford it, but I could just pay 20 this month, 20 next, and the 20 the following, and it's interest free and it's job done, and I then own it. So, you know, it's the new loan, isn't it? Really,
it's very easy to do online as well. I don't use credit cards at all anymore. If I'm ordering online, it's a debit card, so it does come straight out of the bank.
Yeah.
But for me, it still feels different to order online and or shop in store. I don't know if it's the friction of having to go to store and hand over physical cash, but suddenly the value. I don't think too much about the cost of something when I'm ordering online. I should, but I don't particularly feel the impact of it. And when I go in store and I've actually got cash in my hand, I feel that value. I feel that, you know, I'm handing £30 over to this to get this 4K edition. Do I want to hand over that £30, or could this cash be used towards something else?
Repairing your roof.
Yeah, it feels more like real money. And it is real money, but at the same time, the card would be real money, but it feels more impactful to hand over that cash. I don't know if that's just a me thing or if anyone else feels that way.
Well, you're just cutting out the middleman, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, it's your hand. You know, you're ordering something online, and yes, it comes out of your account, but it's not. You're not literally. You don't see the man go to your bank and withdraw the money and then go wandering back to Amazon with it or anything.
I think it's more real in the respect of, say, it's a 4K for 30 quid. But you got that 30 quid in your hand and you're thinking, you know what? I did an hour's worth of work for this to get this. And you just don't feel that value.
You're on £30 an hour.
No, it's not that much, but you get what I mean.
It's not that much. £29.98. So it's miles away from 30. Unbelievable. Raking it in.
To me, it just feels that much more impactful using the cash. And I've not done it for a long time. It's usually been on Apple Pay or a debit card or something like that. So you've just not felt it. And then when you do get back into the swing, back into trying to use cash, how different it makes you feel. There's suddenly that consideration there of, do I want to hand this cash over to this person for this product or not? But it isn't there with card or with your Apple Pay or whatever else. And so I don't know if it's just me that thinks that way or if anyone else gets that sort of different feeling to if you are paying on card or paying by cash.
I think it's easier and easier in store now because it's not even like you've got to get your wallet out and get your debit card out of your wallet. You literally just double click your phone and away you go.
Yeah. So there's less friction. Someone commented that earlier. It was AJ, and shopping in person adds more friction. So, if, like me, I'm looking at cutting down the things that I'm buying, it's actually a helpful tool to move back to using cash because it makes you think of how different it is. It makes you think of the value a little bit more, the worth or...
But if you wait and have to go in store, that means I can't go and buy that lovely big Doom box set that's got sand in it.
Exactly.
Because HMB doesn't have that.
See, that's the other argument with thing. And this is where I think a lot of the companies...
Online retailers,
there is less consideration of what people are spending when they are spending online. So to have the more expensive limited editions exclusively online... that people are a bit more generally free and easy about what they're using to pay for it and not immediately feeling the impact of the cost of the thing.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon don't care whether you're piling your credit card up and what have you. I mean, they'll even supply you with a credit card if you want one.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can buy more things.
Exactly that. I'm just going to jump to comments before we carry on this line. Here we go. One's review says, even when I go to the store to buy movies, I only use cards. I think a lot of people do now, Martin, to be honest with you. And if you get the opportunity, I challenge you to go to the store and take cash with you. If you can get your hands on cash, if it's easy to
draw it out of the bank. Yeah.
Go to the store. When you try and buy movies again, try and use cash and see if you feel any differently about it. Might not be. It might be low value things. It might be high value things. But just see if it makes you feel any different. Johnny Carotid is with us as well, and he says paying contactless is too easy. It is. Like Glenn says, and like AJ said, there's less friction, and it is very easy. You've got your phone generally with you in your pocket in your hand, so just to do that, like Glenn says, with a couple of clicks, it's easier than digging in the wallet, filling the cash, checking your bank, or whatever else. It's AJ says card definitely feels less painful. Jerry Chia, easier to buy online than in the store for me. I think that's it. It is. I'm not making the argument really that it isn't easier to buy in store, because it isn't. A lot of people don't have access to the stores. I think that's the beauty of online, because you're not feeling it as much. when you put it on cards and plastic, there's not that friction there, and it comes straight to your door, so it's easy. But again, I'd challenge people to, if they can, wait until you get into store and see if it makes you feel any different or not. But it is definitely easier to buy online, and it is more tempting when they have those exclusives and things like that. Alex also says, most of the time, a lot of the stuff I'd like to have, I order online because often they're so niche. So Adam from New York with a fun fact: most American money in circulation has traces of the devil's dandruff in it. So I'm sure we all know what that means. If you need an explanation, I'm not giving it to you.
No.
Pineapple bow tie. Always go through the collection and find out what you don't need anymore and take them to CEX. That way, you're having a spring clean, collecting the points, and then paying with those and a card. I'm going to come back to that in a moment because there's something that I want to say about that in a minute as well. One's reviews. Something new is coming up for me. I have to sell some things to a store for the first time. It's so hard to sell horror stuff here. eBay, you can't sell 18+ movies.
Really? Did not know
that. Jed Lomax. If you see the actual notes that you're handing over, yes, it makes a difference. I also think using the expression pick up rather than buy is a euphemistic way of describing it. It can be, I think. Slot Professor, I have tiers of what I'm willing to pay for certain films. Some things I'm happy for Blu-ray and will wait for it to drop at below £5. Sometimes I'll trade in for a new one at £12 at CX. Fair. Martin's Movie Cupboard. I really only use cash on pickups from charity shops. I mostly buy online and can't remember my last store purchase. Yeah, Slot Professor, HMV and Zavvi are the best for normal 4K deals. And if I love the film, I'll go for the Steelbook, either from CX or buying the online. Steelbooks are impossible to get not online. That's it. That's when it does become more difficult. Adam Rag. No, I still feel the money go out the bank, so it makes no difference, to be honest. I don't use the credit card. It might just be me. AJ says credit like Klarna easily adds multiple 20s a month. Yeah, when you go too far and add too many of them, it can soon build up. Sorry, just flicking through the comments. Okay. Outside of that, I get my girlfriend to give me certain things from the States and get them when she comes over to visit. The cost relates to how much I like it, regardless of cash, credit, or card. Adam sets a budget each month and puts it in my PayPal, so it's easier to track and limit. Good way to do it for the budgets. Cinema Stan, I haven't bought a movie in store or with cash in ages. Last time must be before Blu-ray came out. Not exactly sure.
Wow.
AJ, never use credit for anything anymore, Phil. Me neither. I avoid it like a plague.
Yeah.
Anthony Piello was back as well.
Back from having dinner. What did you have, Anthony? We need to know.
Coming back to Slot Professor. Can't be anyone that doesn't play the CX trading game. Now, this sort of throws up another thing that I know me and Glenn potentially do when we've traded into CX. You've got that voucher there. You've got the credit in the store. And I find that a hell of a lot easier to spend than cash or putting anything on a card or credit card. And it's a lot of the time, it's like, oh, I've got the credit. I might as well pay over the odds for this thing. And is that easier to spend because that doesn't feel like real money, even though you've traded your belongings to get that money? It
feels like free money, despite the fact that you've paid for the things that you've traded in the first place.
Yeah,
and they've given you a lower amount for.
Yes,
but it's very easy to spend those.
Yeah, I mean, are you set on credit at the minute?
Yes, I've got about £70 worth of CEX credit.
Are you still in the mindset when you go into CEX that you've got that in your pocket and you will spend on things that perhaps you wasn't 100% sure on just because you've got that there?
No, I'm much better now. Quite boring. I'll still go in and I'll see something on a shelf and I kind of think, oh, I'd probably give that another look. But then I think, well, yeah, I'll probably give it another look. but then that'll be it, and I'll be back trading it in again.
Yeah.
I'm not so bothered with things like that, because realistically, let's say they give you £4 less than what you've just taken it for, what you've had it for.
Yeah.
You kind of rented it, really.
Yeah.
But no, I'm quite boring with my pickups now. I'm quite dead set on I don't need things.
Yeah. I think
I've got to spend it all.
In the past, though, that voucher, that gift card has been very, very easy to use over using cash. You don't think of it, say you've got a 50 quid voucher, you don't think of it in terms of, oh, I don't really want that film. It's, I've got a voucher for that. That'll cover the cost. It doesn't matter if it's overpriced or anything like that. It's, you know, it's on the voucher. Don't need the credit. Can trade it in, whatever. But yeah, I find the gift cards infinitely easier to spend, but I'm trying to pull back from that as well and get back to my main want list, wish list, and the things that I actually want, rather than filling in with subpar things that I'm maybe so on. Yeah, AJ, I either can afford it or I can't. So I budget a set amount each month. It accumulates over time, so always have enough to buy what I really want. Okay, Martin's movie cupboard says, never had a credit card, mostly used PayPal. There's a few on PayPal. I've not used PayPal properly for a while.
No, I've not for a long time, since eBay separated from it.
Yeah. Alex says, I always think about what ifs in regards to life. If I buy a bunch of films, games, etc., will I need that money for life-related stuff? I think about that a lot more when it is cash. I think that that's the thing that sort of gets me when it is cash. It feels like this 30 quid on the 4K, it could be a trip to the cinema with my lad to see Project Hail Mary in a couple of weeks' time or anything like that. And I think of it in those terms. If it's 30 quid purchase online, that's out of mind, really, which sounds horrible, but like I say, I feel it more with cash. What wrong with me? Last days on Earth, that's how I do it now, Phil. Work out how many hours it takes to buy the item. I do the same with food, Snickers bar, but then you have to do an hour's more run. Where are we? Sorry. Morton's reviews. I've been trying to cut back buying online, and it's slowly working.
Yeah, Morton barely buys anything these days.
It's
true.
Anthony, I don't mind going online to get any physical media, but it's not the same.
No.
AJ says, I've had to delete Amazon and eBay before to get it under control. I think that's one of the things that, I mean, I've not touched on yet, but I've definitely suffered from it in the past. I've gone too far with using credit cards, and I've built up a good amount of debt on credit cards through buying physical media or anything else that sort of came along that fell into that sort of hobby. And it's because they were so easy to use, and I wasn't feeling the impact until the end of the month. And yeah, it just got out of control. You sort of hit your limit, and then because you're paying off the minimum payment each month, they'd up your limit, and suddenly it's gone from quite a reasonable amount of debt to something just unmanageable. And
buy a bit more. Here, have some free credit. It's not free. It's not free.
Yeah. Mon's review says, I don't like buying from stores. The cost is too high. I find in the UK, especially, the store prices tend to be the same as online prices. The only difference being if you're paying shipping costs on top, which if you're not spending over a certain value, some of them do shipping. But yeah, the prices generally over here are just like for like. There might be a few extra offers in store sometimes.
Yeah, I've noticed. I mean, recently we were saying about Marty Supreme had arrived for pre-order. HMV $26.99, Amazon £25. I'm not sure why HMV are that little bit dearer.
No, that seems to stick out. When you sent me that, I thought that they were going to try pulling something for just across the board with raising the price of the 4K. I thought it was going to be the new sort of bar for the standard price instead of the $24.99 that we expect in the UK for a 4K. I thought, oh, here we go. They're going to set it at this now. But like I say, if Amazon's got it at 25,
yeah, I'm not sure why HMV are dearer.
Yeah, I think it could be worth keeping an eye on the new releases. But yeah, I'm a bit worried that this could be the new pricing bar for the new release 4K. And it's just an incredible amount, really. It's how much more it is than Blu-ray. It's when you consider the new release DVD is a tenner, then you've got new release Blu-ray, that's 15, and then suddenly for a new release 4K, you're jumping up to 25 to 27. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And this is standard editions. It's a big jump between Blu-ray and 4K. Difference in picture quality between DVD and Blu-ray is quite big. But then between Blu-ray and 4K, it's sometimes quite negligible with the upscaling of the players and things like that. So to have a smaller cost for the bigger jump and the higher cost for the smaller jump, it's just feels more and more expensive for the 4K.
Silly.
Yeah. Anthony says, going to the shops that sell anything physical media, you always have the thrill of the hunt. I don't get the thrill of the hunt at the moment. I'm hoping I'll get it back somewhere. But I found at a point I was ordering that much stuff online that I'd got most of the new releases. So when it came to shopping, it actually in-store in person, most of the new releases or most of the things on the shelves I'd got already. So the hunting around for things became less important for me because I'd just already spent that money and bought it anyway. But now with not buying much for so long, I'm hoping that the thrill of hunting around certain titles come back. Did you ever find that? Because I know you were quite regular at going in store still, even though you were ordering online.
Sorry, go on.
That the store visits just weren't as interesting because you generally already got what you wanted.
Yeah, probably. I tended to go in store more so to look at kind of deals and things like that rather than. Lately, though, I've kind of been going in store to pick things up so I can read properly on the back, kind of what extras are there and things like that. 9 times out of 10, if I do want it, though, I will buy it there and then, rather than ordering online. I don't really pre-order things anymore. That's the thing.
Do you think if you went, I was going to ask you to do it, but I'm not going to be that mean. But do you think if you went in store with the intention to buy something, having cash would change if you weren't using your bank balance, or would that still be exactly the same for you?
Like I say, if I'd got cash, I'd have had to have drawn it out of the account, and
it would be.
I'd just use a direct debit card anyway, so it'd kind of be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I know it's coming out of the account, so I don't know whether handing the actual notes over would make that much of a difference.
I wonder if it would. Try it one day. Let me know how you get on.
I'll try it one day, Phil. I'll try it.
Darren G says, when I check my bank balance and it's one down, then it's painful regardless of how it left my account. Jeremy, easier online than on store, mainly because the stores aren't carrying what I want, let alone no stores nearby. Yeah, this is the conversation is probably a bit difficult to some people to comprehend, because I think we're reasonably lucky in the UK that we've got access to a few stores that are quite close together. I mean, you live close to a city centre. I work in a city centre, so mine they've got a couple of CEX stores close by. There's a FOP, there's a HMV, and I'm quite lucky in that respect that they are accessible. Sure, it'd take up my lunch break to go to them, but I've still got sort of daily access when I work in the office.
Yeah. And
it's not a long journey if I didn't. So in one respect, I'm quite lucky that I do have that access. Morton's review says, I'd love to do 5 months of no buying. I could get the debt gone. I'll tell you what, Morton, if you could do 5 months of no buying and clear the debt, that's amazing. It's an amazing feeling to actually clear a debt off like that. And I can guarantee you'd feel so much better for it.
Really would you, at the end of that 5 months,
binge?
Then just start picking things, that you've missed over those 5 months, and then you start going back into the same routine.
Yeah.
Because I know, Morton, you know, we have a laugh that you kind of buy a lot of things, but to then go completely cold turkey for 5 months, I think you'd find it very, very difficult, and you'd feel like you were missing out big time. I think reducing down is maybe the first step. Going cold turkey, probably not.
Slot Professor, I have a budget. I can go over by only so much per month, so it doesn't matter how I do the transaction for me. See, I've never budgeted either, really. I should do, really. I don't need to particularly at the moment because I'm just not really buying anymore. There's a few things, but nothing to the extent where it's enough that I find it could be a problem. If that makes sense, I've just been avoiding so much now.
I'm just not really buying that much. I mean, the fact that I've got CEX vouchers, I've got eBay credit, I've still got that HMV voucher that I've not used. And a few years ago, if I had vouchers, that's it. I'd have been spending like nobody's business. Like you say, like it's not even real money. It's free money.
Yeah.
And I'm still sitting on all of it.
Me too.
Who am I?
I've got some CX voucher as well that I just don't feel enthused to go and get anything with it at the minute. Like I say, brain fog. It's just done me. Anthony says, if I use my own credit card too much, my parents would probably crucify me, as they should. I would crucify you if you use your credit card too much, Anthony. It's just not worth it.
No.
Just not worth it. Even though it's stuff you might feel like you want, don't get in debt. It's awful, awful. Alex, I remember a few times in the past, CEX gave me more than what I bought the item for, mostly on video games. Yeah, I think they hold the value for this, particularly the retro stuff. Adam says gift cards are great for holidays and birthday, way easier to spend immediately. That's it. It's not real cash, is it? If it's a voucher or a gift card, it's not real cash. Slot Professor, do any of you buy stuff off Facebook Marketplace? So I'll ask you, Glenn, have you ever bought anything off Facebook Marketplace?
No, I've sold a couple of bits, but you just get a lot of people kind of asking questions and then not ever following through with anything.
Yeah.
Is it even available now? Because when I go on Facebook, no, it doesn't give you the option of Marketplace on the bottom run anymore. Do you have to go somewhere else for it? Oh, okay, it's on that drop-down menu. There we go. No, I don't even think to look on there, if I'm honest.
No, I don't tend to find much in my area. I have used it for a couple of bits in the past, but never for physical media, I don't think. Oh, perhaps one. I bought a Nintendo Switch game for the kids on there, and that came from one of my friends that was actually selling it. So it wasn't really Facebook Marketplace. He listed it on there, but because I knew him, it didn't feel like it was. But never a movie. I've not done a movie in there. Martin's Movie Cupboard says, people sometimes give me money for my birthday, but it sits on my wallet and I forget to use it because I'm so used to paying by card. That can happen. That can happen a bit. My kids do the same. They sit with money from their birthday in their wallet and forget to use it because they get me to pay for stuff.
Yeah, of course. That's what parenting is.
Yeah, Anthony says, I wish that we here in the States would have a CEX, or if there's something similar to it. I don't know for the US. I think, I don't know if even the retro game stores would stock movie discs or anything like that. It's something that we get over here in the UK. A lot of the video game retro stores and the pre-owned stores, they've started stocking movies as well, haven't they? I don't know if they do that in the US. I've not seen any. Colin Partington says £100 every 3 months on Klarna and HMV. Alex, great. Last time I used Facebook Marketplace, some person scammed me out of a Lorna Shore ticket, took my money and dipped. Ironically, because it was on my credit card, I was able to get a refund. There we go. So sometimes
I didn't know Facebook Marketplace you could pay for things that way.
I think there's a Facebook Pay method, I think, on there.
Right, okay.
I'm too old for that stuff, so...
right.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that stuff. Yeah, I mean, whenever I've sold anything, it's literally the person comes to the door and they hand you over £10, £20, whatever you're selling the item for, type of thing.
Yeah. Got Paul Coe with us as well. Good evening, Paul.
Evening, Paul.
Hope everyone is well. There we go. Morton says something in stores, sometimes in stores, a movie will be €18, but then Amazon will have it for about €5.
Mm. I've talked about Amazon before, because regarding they were interviewing small independent bookstores, and they were saying when they get a certain book in, they have to put it out at the RRP, and Amazon put it out at a fraction of the price, and they said they can't compete in any way, shape, or form. And Amazon do it. They know they're going to take a loss on that item, but they know that whilst you're online, having looked through the store, you'll go, oh, well, I went on for that and I've saved loads of money on that. What else can I pick up?
Yeah.
Or it means you'll go back there again next time. So, yes, Amazon are, but Amazon are Amazon. There's a reason they're successful.
Yeah. Jeremy says, when I was younger, my teens, I had an FYE, video shops, Sam Goody, mall, Toys R Us, but they all closed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Terrible, isn't it, really?
Yeah. It is bad. You see it on, the pickup videos and things like that we used to watch every now and again. We watched, I know Glenn watched them as well, watched a few YouTubers that would go out week after week to do their Blu-ray hunt, Blu-ray shopping videos and things like that. And we were drawn to some of the US ones because we liked seeing what you guys had out in America on the shelves and things like that.
Mm.
And even them over the years, they've just got more and more vanilla and boring with the content because there's a severe lack of stores to visit and things to look around and stuff like that. There's a few, not because they were samey or boring, but they were, that I'll just stop watching because, they're just not showing enough of the stores or enough of anything else. So it's like, I'm not here for anything else. I don't want to hear you rabbit on. I want to see the stores. And it's not there anymore. Not there anymore. Not mentioning any particular YouTubers, but...
No, I know who you're talking about, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Morton's reviews with the 5 months things, it says, I'm trying, Phil. AJ Pink does say 5 months is nothing in the grand scheme of things. The relief would be priceless and a chance to change habits. It's definitely nice to clear off debt if you can, but don't do it so you cripple yourself and go into a binge buying frenzy when you've cleared it all.
Yeah, I think that there's levels to it. There's kind of, if you're buying the odd thing here and there, then try cold turkey. But I think when you buy a lot, I think you've got to kind of wean yourself off, ease your way out of it rather than one hit. Because I think if you set, then it's a little bit like dry January that people do, where they don't have alcohol kind of thing. I know a few people that do it, and the last couple of days of January, they're going, I can't wait until Saturday, 1st of Feb, I can have a drink. And it's kind of like, there's no point stopping for all that time to then binge immediately afterwards. You might as well have just had sporadic drinks through the month instead.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably a poor analogy, but similar in many ways.
Yeah. Ethan Schneider, I kind of enjoy the feeling of knowing I have my favourites and not feeling the need to buy movies constantly.
Yeah.
I think that's the nice thing. If you decide you wanted to curate a collection down just to have your favourites, that you start feeling less of the chase and the need to have the latest thing or to have a certain release, because it's in your mind that you just want this curated collection. Still potentially pick them up, but move them on a bit quicker. Paul Coe says, I've got a stack of CEX credits I've had for ages, can't find anything to spend it on.
No.
I know I've mentioned to you before, Glenn, as well, I have been swinging towards CEX for using it on some of their tech items. Because I look to use it for the speakers in the room that we've done. What else did I use it on? I'm looking that I might look at like the PlayStation Portable or something like that instead, because I find their physical media quite overpriced at times. And rather than waiting it out, I think I might buy a tech item. But yeah, that's what I've been considering with the CEX credit rather than the movies. But yeah, what is reviews? I mean, I really don't need to buy anything for the channel anymore. I've well over 300 unused videos for the channel. Crikey, Morton, that's a lot of videos.
Yeah.
A lot of videos.
Yeah.
Post them all at the same time, see what happens. No, don't do that. Adam, I purchased way less over the last few years as the quality of movies has dropped significantly from, say, 80s and 90s stories. Do you think that's affected your buying as well?
No, I think I said to you the other day as well, I think having the Limitless card for the cinema for the last year and a half, I think that's dramatically changed my buying, because I've seen a lot more movies rather than missing out on things and kind of going, oh, I'll pre-order that for when it comes out because I really want to see it. And then not just that, getting it through, watching it and going, well, it was okay, and putting it back on the shelf type of thing. Seeing so many more films at the cinema now has definitely filtered out what I want to purchase. So that's helped. Checking them out at the source rather than waiting for the physical media.
Absolutely. I do think films generally now are less fulfilling for me. I don't feel as strongly about the majority of movies that I watch now compared to what I did in the 90s. But yeah, I don't know if that's just, again, an age thing.
But I wonder if over time, because we've seen so many more movies since the 80s, since the 90s, that it just, your taste develops to a degree.
Yeah.
And you're kind of a little less tolerant of things that you probably would have had a little more tolerance for previously.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Martin's Movie Cupboard says now, eBay is my first go when I'm looking for a movie.
There's a lot of scalpers on eBay, though, of late.
Yeah. Have you seen the...
Trouble is the buyer protection thing as well. You have to account for that, and that piles on top, which makes things, unfortunately, a little more expensive.
Yeah. Have you... I think the thing with scalpers, have you... I know you've seen it. I've sent it you. Seen the scalping prices for the Scream tumbler and popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
You can't avoid scalpers with anything now. For movie related, there seems a bunch of regular scalpers that know what the collectors want. We'll go out and buy it and triple the price.
Yeah.
I
was chatting to somebody down at our local cinema, down at the Odeon, and I was mentioning about them, and she said, you know, that they're crazily priced. To get the popcorn tub and the drinks bottle, it was £40. And she said, the thing is, we can't release them till Thursday, and we've only got 30 units. So the thing is, these ones that are on eBay already, it's not film fans. It's not fans of Scream or anything like that, because they would be keeping them. They'd be putting them on the shelf. Instead, it's people that are going down and, you know, happy to pay £80 for 2 lots and then shove them all. They were like £100 for the popcorn bucket and the drinks thing, weren't they? So,
anyway,
you know, making plenty of money.
They're about £35 in store for the Odeon members. And then so they put them up at 90 quid on eBay, 90 to £100. So they're literally tripling the price through scalping.
Yeah.
But I have heard rumour, or I've seen rumour that they might be restocking them at Odeon.
Oh, are they? Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I hope the scalpers don't get away with it, but I'm sure they will, because this is why they keep doing it. Yes. AJ Pink says, agree on the Limitless card, Glenn. Seen 10 movies in the cinema this year, from new releases to reruns.
I think it has made a real difference with me. Yeah.
I think it has with me to some extent as well, but I was slowing down anyway. But it certainly curbed the need to. It's things like, I hate to use this as an example, but it's things like The Running Man, which is out on Blu-ray and 4K tomorrow in the UK, and it's taken away that need to buy it, even though it's an Edgar Wright film, even though we may want to look at the extras at some point, seeing the movie and being underwhelmed by it at the cinema is kind of taking away that need for having the disc on our shelves and picking it up on release day.
I know there isn't a point where I'm going to rewatch that film.
No.
And if I did, by the time I actually got around to it, it's going to be on Prime. It's going to be on Netflix. It's going to be streaming somewhere. I don't need to own it. I don't need to put it in my Edgar Wright collection.
Yeah.
It's mediocre, I'm afraid.
Agreed.
Ethan, once upon a time, I'd have snapped it up.
Ethan says, I'm 23, and I think that most movies made in the last 20 years have been really unfulfilling. That's fair. I think my favourite decade was probably the 90s.
I like the fact when you break that sentence down, that almost kind of comes across as he was happy with films until he got to 3 years old.
Yeah.
And then beyond 3 years old, he's kind of been, I wasn't really fussed about that.
Yeah. Adam says, Glenn, my taste in movies has been honed with age and has expanded in other areas like foreign language cinema.
Yeah. And I think over time, the more things you watch, the more you kind of go, I didn't mind it, but it kept reminding me of such and such and such and such. And, the more films you see, the more you're going to compare films to previous films and things.
Yeah.
Things don't feel quite as original.
Agreed. Paul Coe says, does anyone have any recommendations for a multi-region Blu-ray player? I have some 4Ks from the US that I can't watch the special features on. It's a funny thing, Paul, with this one. I did a video on it. I had the Panasonic 820. Glenn's got the Sony, is it the 515? And
it's the Sony one.
But I would also look, dependent on your budget, the multi-region for the Blu-ray. What am I trying to say? The multi-region mod is quite expensive to add on to the cost. So if it's just the Blu-ray, it might be cheaper or more cost-effective to buy a separate Blu-ray player that's for that particular region. I don't know, but there's a website called Multi-Region Magic that does the multi-region mods for 4K Blu-ray players, and there's another one called something else that I can't remember the name of, but they're listed on Amazon. They list a lot of theirs on Amazon as well. So yeah, but if it's a 4K player, the Panasonic 820 is good, and the Sony, I'd like to say 550 or 515.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Mine's dead easy, to be honest, to swap region coding. You leave your tray open and you either press the blue button or the yellow button, depending on which region code, and just close it as normal. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Alex Great says, I enjoyed watching The Running Man in the cinema, but I don't know if I can be bothered to have it on the shelf. Same with Predator Badlands.
Definitely not Predator Badlands.
Jeez, that was disappointing. Slot Professor, however, Phil, how much did it cost to watch the film compared to buying it? If I watch it in IMAX, it feels like the same cost. It's a difficult one for the cost with having the card, to be honest, because I don't know. It depends how many movies I see in the year to how much it actually cost me. But yeah, it can be similar prices, especially with the cost of popcorn and drinks and things like that. Cinema Center says, I watch most movies in cinemas too. The movies I buy in physical media are mostly older ones. Absolutely. Go just having a look through the other comments. Cinema Center says, I gravitate to movies from the 70s and 80s. Alex Gray says, honestly, how many films from the last 10 years can you name that weren't comic book franchise movies? I think they have kind of taken over for the main sort of headlines and
the main bulk of, for a few years. But there's some good ones out there.
There are. I'll give it that. Anyway, I'm going to move us on a little bit, eh?
Okay.
So, yeah, I think so.
To where? What button is Phil going to press?
It took me a while.
There we go.
There we go. What did you watch this week?
Come back, Phil. There you go.
Sorry, I was trying to highlight someone else's comment for a few minutes. Yeah, what did we watch this week? Where do you want to start, Glenn?
Well, I mean, I've watched 3 films at the cinema, one of which was with you. So should we start on that one that we both saw?
Yeah. I want to be as careful as I can not to drop spoilers on this one, because it's going to be very easy to spoil things. Even if we try not to spoil it, we could accidentally go there. But yeah, we'll go for that one first and try as hard as we can to avoid any sort of spoiler.
Yeah.
So we went to see
Scream 7.
We did indeed.
We did.
And
I've managed to avoid any kind of reviews or anything like that, but I happened to see one before we went along, which was quite an awful Rotten Tomatoes one, which lowered my expectations a little bit. But I don't think they needed to be lowered. I enjoyed it. It was nice to be back watching a Scream movie, seeing Ghostface. I found Ghostface quite brutal, and some of the, there was a lot of murders. Were there elements of the film I didn't like? Yes. Are some of the things that are normally quite memorable quite forgettable? Yes. I think I've not spoiled anything there.
No. I will jump in then. I enjoyed it because it was a Scream movie.
Yeah.
But I understand that it wasn't a particularly good movie. And there are things that just didn't hang together very well for me. It had some nice sequences in there. There was some nice imagery in there as well, but there were things that just didn't particularly work very well for me at times. This is where I want to be careful of spoilers. But the final act, I thought, was pretty weak. I'm not going to go into the reveal of killers or anything like that, because I don't want to give anything away, so I can't comment too much on it. So all I will say is the final act was probably the weakest of the entire series. There's reasons for that, and I will go into them in a couple of weeks, possibly, if we want to discuss it any further. And also, I said to Glenn, I remember mentioning this, but it's the first Scream movie where it felt like the opening sequence just had no bearing on the rest of the movie. It felt like it was almost tagged on. It didn't matter.
Yeah, it was loosely connected, but not. Yeah.
And the placement of characters, the interactions and things like that, none of it felt genuine. It all felt just wrong. It didn't feel right. But on the same tip of the hat, it was another Scream movie. I'm happy that I've got another Scream movie. I know
we talk about that the last act type thing, not being the weakest. I know I liked the rest of the film because it wasn't enough to spoil it for me. It's still a film I'll go back to. And it has some really nice sequences in it, and I say there's a lot of bodies dropping, and I found Ghostface quite brutal in places, and
they did go more for there was probably 3 moments when they pushed the gore gags further than I have seen in a Scream movie.
They went for a little bit of shock and awe, didn't they?
But yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Probably the weakest one for me, to be fair. But it did have nice elements, and it was another Scream movie, so I was happy. But yeah, we'll leave that there. So I don't want to drift into any spoilers by accident. So we'll leave that one there, and I'll let you continue with what else you watched this week.
First thing I watched on Monday at the cinema was Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Nice.
I didn't dislike it. I think the trailer was a little misleading. Again, I'll be cryptic with this. There's a character in it who I thoroughly enjoyed it when they were on the screen. They just weren't in it enough, which I was surprised about. This story, it was quite messy. It kept going off and doing other things that you didn't particularly care about. And there's a couple of bits that are just still now. I'm not sure why they were in there.
Right.
I liked elements of it as a whole. I just didn't. Again, it's another one. Yeah, it's another one. I'm glad I've seen it at the cinema. I know I won't bother buying it because I can't see me going back to it anytime soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Well, I'll spoil it. It's like Sam Rockwell is key to that film. He's the most interesting thing in it, and they're saying in the trailer it looks like he's there and he's front and center.
Yeah.
When he's on screen, great. He's not always on screen, and it really drops off at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Adam, that was the trailer to film the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And then today, myself and Lynn went to see Epic, the Elvis Presley in concert movie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. A pair of us did. The sound was great in the cinema, and it's just a very, very well put together piece. The guy's an icon, and Lynn's a lifelong fan. And then when we got together, I started listening to him a little bit. But it wasn't until we both went to Graceland that it just completely changed my opinion.
Right.
And things like this are just, they solidify what an icon he is, what a showman he was. And you don't see, I don't think, a lot of artists these days that are just so passionate when they're performing, that that is what they were 100% born to do.
Yeah.
And, the guy's an icon. We'll still be talking about him in 20 years' time, 50 years' time. Lynn was tapping her foot and stuff. I know she was, because my seat was shaking while she was doing it and what have you. Yeah, it's great. It's really well put together. It looks beautiful. And I'm glad it wasn't just like a load of talking heads talking about Elvis and what have you. It's Lerman's kind of spliced in lots of Elvis from an interview where he's talking about himself, and it's pieced it together really, really well. And I say Lynn's watched so much footage of Elvis over the years, and so much of this was brand new and just really well done. I got more from that film today than I did from Screen 7, and good luck, have fun, don't die.
Yeah. AJ says, what do you think of the Michael Jackson film coming out?
Yeah, they trailered that on the start of Elvis. Personally, I've never been a Michael Jackson fan. It's not one I'll be going to go and see. Antoine Fuqua behind it, it's a good director for sure, but I know it's not my thing.
I'm very much looking forward to the Michael Jackson documentary, to be fair. The Michael Jackson movie, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never been a fan.
Yeah. And, I watched...
Yeah. You watched 2 films this week, Phil. Yeah. Where's your confetti button?
Last night, I watched Dune Part 2, which I enjoyed. I thought it was really good. Not as strong as the first one for me. First one I thought was great. I really, really enjoyed the world building of it and things like that. This one, not quite up to there, but I did really enjoy it. It was really good. It just felt like, I know it ends how the book ends, but it kind of felt like there was a good chunk of the story missing. It felt like it cut off at a point, and I wanted to see more. I wanted to see where it escalated on and where it went on to. And I know it's something that I'm not going to see, because between the ending of this and the next movie, there's a big time jump. But for some reason, this film just felt like it missed that. I don't know. I felt like I needed to go that little bit further to get to
at least some sort of resolution type thing for this one.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I kind of feel like the first one was a little bit that way. It wasn't. Like a Star Wars movie ends where they've kind of ended the story and then they say goodbye to everybody, and then some of them go off on this mission and some of them go off on that mission. I felt like the first Dune kind of just ended.
Yeah.
And by the sounds of it, this one does as well.
Yeah, and I know the bookends there. That's the thing. It's a weird thing. I can't explain why. It does tie up the story to a point, but it feels like the character. I've forgotten the name. Atreus, not Atreus. Timothy Oliphant. Chalamet's character. I just
Paul
felt like
Atreides.
I needed to see his character go a bit further. And
Right.
we'll do, obviously. Alex says Doom Part 3 is coming this year, apparently. The R&D. And then Adam says how they ever going to adapt Doom 3. We will see.
Let's see what he's done. In Villeneuve, we trust.
And I think we looked up earlier. I think there's a 12-year time jump. So, yeah, we will see. Alex says the Doom books apparently got really weird and seems almost impossible as to how they'd adapt the movies. Yeah, we'll see what they do. And I've just had a look on my Letterboxd to see what the other film was I watched this week, because I'd completely forgot which one it was. I know I'd seen 3
films, Phil.
Yeah.
Check you out.
I watched, finally, jumped on Netflix and watched Life of Chuck.
Of course you did. Yeah. I'd forgot you'd watched it as well.
Oh, it was boring. It was awful. It was empty. There was nothing much to it. I didn't enjoy it, man. I was a bit bored through it. It felt like...
I watched half of it, 6 months ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Probably isn't that long, is it? I never went back to the rest of it.
No. There was not even any emotional payoff for me. I expected to care about this character named Chuck and his life, and there's nothing. I didn't feel anything other than tired at the end of it. It was quite uneventful, uninspiring, and emotionally empty.
Yeah.
I expected to be tearing up or something, but no, nothing. It didn't do anything for me, and it was kind of a massive disappointment. I was hoping for more from Flanagan.
Yeah.
But I want him to break away a little bit from making Stephen King books into movies or TV shows now.
Well, we've got the Carrie TV series coming up, and then what else is he adapting there now? Oh, another version of The Mist.
Yeah.
I mean, leave that alone. What's the point in going anywhere near that again?
Yeah. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to see what people in the chat have been watching. Yes. We've been rambling. Yeah. Adam, being snowed in, watched Crimson Rivers, the French subtitled movies with Jean Reno.
We love Crimson Rivers.
Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, then The Prophecy, and Legion. But we're fans of Crimson Rivers.
We are.
I've not watched it for many years, but I believe you picked it up recently, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Have you watched it again since?
No, I have not yet.
I know it had I never watched it, but I heard the sequel to it was pretty terrible. I think it was called Crimson Rivers 2.
Brilliant. How do they come up with these things?
Or something like
boggles the mind.
But I've heard this sequel was pretty terrible. But the first one, really, really good, I thought. Morton's reviews. Okay, I did watch a good chunk, I think. The Dilemma, Stalled, Wildcard, The Commuter, Me, Myself and Irene, Possession, Ronin, Death to Smoochie. I like Death to Smoochie. Big Stan, and Afterlife Season 1.
And no comment at the end. Oh, this is things he's watched, though.
Yeah. I liked Ronin. Ronin's sound. Me, Myself and Irene I enjoyed as well. The Commuter, I don't know if I watched that. I feel like I did, because all of them...
I did. Liam Neeson, very early Florence Pugh kind of cameo thing as well, wasn't it? I can't remember a thing about it.
I think that's around the time that I just stopped watching Liam Neeson movies. I think one of the last ones I saw was the plane one. Was it? I forgot what it was called even. Non-Stop, is it?
It was Non-Stop, yeah.
Yeah, so Walk Among the Tombstones or whatever it was, I didn't watch that. It just felt like it was just rehashing the same crap over and over. So
Walk Among the Tombstones wasn't actually terrible.
No, I heard that, but I just can't be bothered with him at the minute.
Yeah.
So, Slot Professor watched his Predator Badlands Steelbooks this week. Very good. Did you enjoy the film?
Excellent.
Colin Partington watched Good luck, have fun, don't die, and it sums up to today's topic really well. Great film, but didn't want to own it.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Darren G. Caught up on some films from last year, watched Caught Stealing, Nobody 2, and Begonia, which I thought was great.
You didn't rate Caught Stealing. I've not bothered watching it off the back of that. Nobody 2 was awful. And Begonia was good.
To be honest, Caught Stealing you might get on with. It wasn't one for me, but I could see why people did enjoy it, but it just wasn't a film I did.
No.
Morton says Nobody 2 is definitely one I need to see. That was before you're coming.
Yeah, I mean, still watch it, but it's just pretty awful.
Jeremy Carr watched Superman 40's cartoon, Superman 1, 2, Donna Cut 3, 4 in going to watch tonight. 4K. Some anime, Brain-Powered, Fire Force, Trigun, Stargaze, Freeran, and some
YouTube. Yeah. Superman 4. Nuclear Man.
Yeah. Cinema Sun. This week I watched Hamnet, Sirat, and Beginnings in the Cinema, and at home, Sinners and Jurassic World. The last one I found terrible beyond words. Won't be watching other parts. Yeah, Jurassic World, the new one was awful. I've got it on digital.
You bought it on digital for the boys.
Yeah. They'll watch it again. They loved it. Ethan Schneider says, watched Scream 7, thought it was okay, although it was probably the worst of the franchise, in my opinion. Yeah.
There was aspects of it I liked throughout, but it didn't all come together, did it, at all?
No. Martin's Movie Cupboard. Watched Nico, Out for Justice, Heartbreak Ridge, Chase Island Bob, Strike Back, and Smoke and Mirrors, the story of Tom Savini. Nice. I liked that documentary. It was really good.
Started with a double bill of Steven Seagal. I mean,
I know, that's some
better way to start your week.
Was that a challenge? Darren J also started watching the Ty West films. Watched X last night. I'm going to watch Pearl tonight. I really liked Pearl.
Yeah.
I liked X, but I thought Pearl was really good as well. I'm going to go down here. Some meows a lot. Tarzan 32, Tarzan and his mate 34, Bomber, Panther Island, More Rats, Bomber Last Volcano, Grandma's Boy, Dragon Ball, Super Broly, Billy Kid vs. Dracula, Invasion of the Body Snatchers 56 and 78.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a nice mix there.
I like the way you watched Bomber Panther Island, then threw Mole Rats in the middle of it, then went Bomber Lost Volcano.
Nice. AJ Pink says, been watching through some westerns recently. Used to hate the genre, but it's growing on me.
There are some good ones.
I think it's they felt a weird thing with westerns when I was growing up that my grandparents seemed to like. I forgot his name, so that's going to John Wayne. Yeah, and I found those terrible, and it kind of put westerns. And my dad then started with the Clint Eastwood, the Dollars films, and that just shone a different light on it. And
yeah, completely.
Yeah, the way that they approach the Western and approach the movies can massively change what you think of the genre.
Yeah, I think as well, when you look at kind of our age group and what have you, when you had things like Young Guns, that kind of changed being open to looking at things like that. And then you had like The Quick and the Dead and what have you. These things made a difference, didn't they?
Absolutely right. John the Movie Man watched Vacation, European Vacation, Vegas Vacation, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, K-pop Demon Hunters, Maleficent 2, Captain Marvel, Toy Story 4, An American Werewolf in Paris, and The Return of the Living Dead.
I mean, the only one that stands out there of going, oh dear, is An American Werewolf in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's awful CGI, isn't it?
Hearing me, just awful.
Just from that list as well, with the mention of Toy Story, did you see the trailer for Toy Story 5?
I did actually watch it, yes. Yeah. I've still not seen Toy Story 4, though.
Right.
I don't know if I ever will, to be honest. But
No. I'm not going to recommend it to you or anything like that. I don't think you're the prime audience, but yeah, it was okay.
I used to love Pixar, but I can't see me going back to them now.
So Meows a Lot continues.
The
Faculty, Tarzan's Peril, them. Driving Miss Daisy, Pixels, Time Machine 1960, I'm Married a Witch 42, Frozen, Heavyweights, Congo, Ghost from Mars, Godzilla 2000, The Cat Returns, Monsters Inc. Crikey,
I mean, that's quite the eclectic mix,
isn't there? I think we're through them. Yeah. Paul Cruz has also started watching Abigail, but only 30 minutes in.
Enjoyable movie.
I'm going to bring up Abigail again in a moment. Alex says, watched 22 Jump Street yesterday. Ha ha!
Maybe it was more Alan Partridge at that point.
Yes.
Aha!
I enjoyed the Jump Street movies. I think they're good fun, to be honest. Yeah. I think we're through, I think. Oh, actually, Adam, we watched The Bluff last night with Carl Urban on Netflix, and it was action-packed and entertaining. That's interesting. I might give it a look. I watched the trailer the other night after I'd seen it banded about on Amazon Prime. It looks okay, over the top and things, but I might give it a try this week or something. I don't think it's a long film.
Even better.
Look like a depth film, but yeah, let's watch some action pirates adventuring. Well, we're not really adventuring, but it looks more like
I believe you're watching pirate movies, Phil. That's so disrespectful to the industry.
Oh, no. Adam says, so Crimson Rivers 2, Angels of the Apocalypse. Not worth watching then.
Is that what it was called? Angels of the Apocalypse. Did Jean Reno come back for that?
It was... no, I think it was... one of them did, one of them didn't, and I forgot which way.
Vincent Cassel.
Yeah,
I thought Reno kind of went back for it, but Cassel didn't go anywhere near it.
It was one or the other. I can't remember which way around it was. But I can't remember thinking much, seeing much written in a good light about Crimson Rivers.
No, not at all.
Might be worth a rental. Colin Partington finally started watching Killers of Flower Moon.
Oh, right.
That's one I do want to start, but I've not got around to yet.
A bit of Scorsese.
Darren D did say Caught Stealing is good, but didn't feel like an Aronofsky film.
I might like it then, because I don't really like Darren Aronofsky.
Martin's review says Caught Stealing isn't the one with the cat. There is a cat in there, yes.
I hope there's more to it than that.
Yes,
a film about a cat.
AJ Pink says, My Darling Clementine, Red River, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, I've loved. I think you're talking some
Westerns
in there, yeah. I think we're through the watches. I think we're through the watches. Some Toy Story 3. Yes. So we're through it. We're through it, Glenn. So that means...
What could it be now? What could it be now, Phil?
It's a week.
Marvellous stuff.
Yeah. What have you been picking up, Glenn?
I picked up 3 items this week.
Have you? Oh.
All of which were, much like we were saying earlier, either eBay credit or Amazon voucher.
Nice.
So eBay credit, 2 things that we talked about last week. I thought, you know what? I'm going to plump for them. So the first one was, we were obviously talking about Ryan Coogler, and we mentioned Fruitvale Station.
Yeah.
Happened to go on eBay. They all seem to be kind of out of print pricing type £18 upwards. And happened to see this one for £5. So, granted, it probably got the better of me, and I just kind of went, oh, that's good, then I'll buy that, because I do want to watch it. And didn't actually check as to whether it was streaming or not, so you had a nosy, it wasn't streaming, but it looks like it's streaming again soon.
Yes.
So either way, I will give it a look. I want to give it a look. And if the rest are selling at £17-18, I can probably resell it and make a little bit of money on it anyway. So fingers crossed. But yeah, that was eBay credit.
Was that that's the case of spending easier just because it was credit rather than being cash then?
Yes, exactly. It's very true. Another movie we talked about last week, saying how much I enjoyed it, and then I thought, you know what, I am going to buy it because it is something I will rewatch, and that is Punch Drunk Love.
Nice.
Paul Thomas Anderson's Punch Drunk Love. Plenty of extras on there and what have you. So that wasn't expensive. New piece featuring there's various different bits on there anyway. There's plenty of extras on there, which won't focus at the moment, but there's plenty of extras. So yeah, that was another eBay credit. And then Amazon credit, I was going to hold off, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna buy it at some point. It was probably my favorite movie of last year. Certainly one of my favorite movies of last year. It dropped in price on Amazon, so I went for it. I hit the buy button and went for one battle after another. Which again, it doesn't show on the back any extras, which is a little bit annoying, to say the least. But so I've not popped it in the machine yet, so I don't know for sure whether it is or not. But
what price did it drop to?
£20 exactly, down from $24.99 or 25 bang on. It dropped to 20. So, like I said, I'd have probably waited it out even longer, type of thing. But again, vouchers, so you it's free money, isn't it? Free money.
Yeah.
So yes, those are my 3 purchases this week. What about your good self? Bought anything?
I bought. I've not got it around me. I bought Abigail 4K.
4K.
Yeah.
So you imported it?
No, I got it on iTunes. It was an offer. It was $2.99 for the 4K stream of it. So £3 for the 4K of Abigail on iTunes. So I just.
I don't think UK release it only got Blu-ray, didn't it? I think.
Yeah. The 4K, I think it's Germany, is it, and America?
I can't remember.
4K, and and that's it. It's just a digital copy of Abigail for £3. It was cheaper than either rental or anything, and it was 4K. So, yeah, cool. And that was it. So that was my story. So I'm going to see what everyone in the chat's been buying instead.
Cool story, bro. Cool story.
See what Woody's giving me grief for now. Phil goes on about spending money at shop and a link for everyone. Hey, I've got to make the channel earn a little bit so I can do extra bits and bobs on here. Hopefully, see what everyone else is picking up. Then there we go. Where are we? I was just reading a comment from Woody again. It says, I watch movies depending on how I feel. So if I need something light and funny, a comedy will do, something to escape from and make me think. Sci-fi. Fair enough. Anyway, pickups. Adam, Excalibur arrived yesterday. Excited for Dame Helen Mirren. Okay, I still never watched it.
Nope.
AJ Pink, few pickups. Rio Bravo 4K, The Searchers, and Lawrence of Arabia.
So talking of westerns, you went in with 2 John Wayne ones.
Yeah. One's review when I need Punch Drunk Love for my Adam Sandler collection. I just had to decipher that. It took me a minute. Sorry.
For my ass collection.
Yeah. My movie cupboard. Just the one pickup this week. Chasing Amy on Blu-ray. Martin, what are you based? Because did it get? I don't know if it got an individual release in the UK or if it was just part of the Kevin Smith box set for Blu-ray. So quite a
which was randomly Clerks, Chasing Amy, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really quite a bad box set, but it was the only way to get Chasing Amy at the time. And it's a shame that it's had the Criterion on Laserdisc and it's had the Criterion DVD, and then suddenly no one cares about it and it's gone no further. It'll have 4K soon at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah. Mad Dog's with us. Good morning, Mad Dog. Or good evening.
Good morning, Mad Dog.
Jeremy Carr picked up Superman 4K, Batman 1 to 4 on 4K, a picture frame, a record protector sleeves, non-PVC material. Fun fact, PVC protectors damage records. And some replacement CD cases.
Yeah, some washing up liquid, new pair of socks.
I didn't realise they still produced the replacement cases for CDs and stuff like that. I thought that'd have been a very niche thing now. Have you frozen? I thought you'd frozen for them.
No, I was just checking something. That was all. Sorry.
Night Owl Video Reviews picked up Thief, the Criterion Edition, and Sorcerer, both on Blu-ray. Which edition of The Sorcerer did you get, Night Owl? There's 3 or 4 now, isn't there? Because I know Criterion have just released, but there was a good edition from someone else in the UK, which I've got through there, and there was an edition before that, which I got
it over there. It was who released that? E1 released
E1. Is that the one I've got? Is it orange cover?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's what I've got as well.
Yeah. Oh look, still in cellophane. Brilliant.
Get it watched.
Yeah.
Morton's review is okay. For my buys this week, I think it's my smallest list to date.
Here we go.
We've got Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, On Stranger Tides, Dead Men Tell No Tales, Violent Night.
No. Yeah.
You're confusing me now, Morton. We're halfway through it. Is that it? I think that's it.
You sure? It was definitely a comma, like there was more.
Yeah, I thought that. I think he's got distracted with Chasing Amy because it's hard to find on Blu-ray and they aren't cheap. Oh, I'll have a look. I'll come back to you, Morton, when we got some more of your list.
Yeah.
Probably still typing. Colin Partington bought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 80s 4K box set. Life-changing. Love how they managed to make the first one, though. It's one that I'm not being swayed into. No way.
No.
Woody says, I forgot I bought Horizon on 4K. That was good. There we go. Paul Coe picked up the entire DVD set of One Foot in the Grave for £2 at a charity shop, all 22 hours of it.
I don't believe it.
Anthony just said to Morton that he enjoyed watching the Pirates of the Caribbean, all 5 of them. I think I only really enjoyed the first one myself. I found the rest quite...
I quite liked the second with Bill Nighy as... What's his face?
They were okay. I particularly enjoyed the first one. The others I found were okay, and I've not been enthused to pick them up and add them to the collection for myself anyway. So Mad Dog says, I'm assuming we've already done the What Did We Watch this week? We have indeed, but you can join in the fun and add what you want.
I'll throw out there what you've watched.
Yeah, while I'm at it, I'm just looking at the timer and I'm conscious what time we're on. So if anyone's got any sort of questions that they want to ask or want us to answer in whatever way, then throw it out now before I get to the end of this. Darren G says, what did everyone think of the new Arrow announcements? I thought they were dull as dishwater.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, we all needed Nightbreed in 4K.
I can't even sell my Blu-ray copy of it. It's not a film that I want to go back to, so I've been trying to looking at selling my Blu-ray version of it, and I definitely don't need the 4K, but it seems to be retreading a lot of what they've visited before, which is kind of slightly disappointing. As one said, I watched 12 Angry Men from '57 for the first time. There we go. Martin's Movie Cupboard, Chasing Amy on import from America for the Blu-ray. That's where it came from.
Mad Dog watched The Bluff and Scream 7.
We were just talking about Scream 7 without spoilers being kind of disappointing.
Yeah, we did mention The Bluff as well, didn't we? That is the Carl Urban thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Jeremy says, I'm still using my Criterion Chasing Amy DVD, waiting for the 4K. Absolutely. AJ Pink, anyone excited for Project Hail Mary? I am. Definitely.
You are.
100%. I plan to be there on opening weekend in my head. Darren G says, hearing great things about it. I've been hearing great things about it, but I will reserve judgment till I see it. And I'm in a weird position.
Read great things about it. It feels like a bit of a kid's movie to me, which doesn't massively appeal.
And I'm in the weird position of it that I read and really enjoyed the book. So I've got my bar of which it may or may not get to because of my enjoyment of the book, and knowing that I don't think movies always live up to the books that precede them. So
I think it's very, very rare that they do.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Jeremy says, Phil and Glenn, how are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. Okay at the moment.
Feeling groovy.
I say okay. I just want to find some more time, Jeremy. I want to find extra time to do some things that I want to do, not for the job or anything like that. I want to do more stuff on YouTube. I want the time to do it. And I'm struggling with that. And it's okay. I'm fine. I just want to balance and level myself to get to a point that I want to get to. Do things for me. Anyway.
Selfish, but go on. Yeah.
Project Hail Mary, Colin Pottington says, I can't believe they put so much in the trailer from a book. I think it's a funny thing. I would have liked it if they could avoid showing the rock alien thing in the trailer. And I also understand why they had to put it in the trailer, because it's the heart of the movie. It really is. And I think they needed to add it to be able to sell the film and make people understand what they're getting. It would have been nice to have that surprise and people to go into it without that knowledge, but I don't think it's avoidable with when you're trying to market a movie to what you need to show to entice the audience into going to see it, unfortunately. Alex Great says 101 Films did a re-release of Iron Sky and Iron Sky The Coming Race. Found that out when I was in HMV yesterday. I've never watched those.
I think I partially watched the first one, and that was the whole Nazi moon base thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't carry on with that.
Morton's review says we could definitely use more videos, Phil. I'm sure they have helped out a lot of people. I know I have sold a lot because of them. I'd love to do more. I really would. And I want to make them better as well. And it's just a matter of having that time to be able to invest into doing it, really. At the minute, I've got to prioritise my work. I've got to prioritise my kids and things like that. So I've got to figure that out and how to get better at it. And it may involve having a couple of breaks from YouTube to be able to get on top of certain things, but I'm plotting things, hopefully. AJ Pink says, I know some people don't like Gosling, but he looks good in this role.
I think Gosling's likable, but unfortunately, he's always Ryan Gosling in each role.
Yeah.
You know, he's not really a character actor, is he, or anything?
No.
He brings what he brings, and that's it.
I enjoyed him in Fall Guy and stuff like that. It wasn't the greatest of films, but, you know, I've found him likable in it. Nice Guys who was good in it as well. And
yeah, but again, he's Ryan Gosling in everything.
Yeah.
He's just Ryan Gosling doing something slightly different.
Absolutely. But anyway, Morton says, "Oh, Phil, you can just film videos non-stop and not post them as I do." I can't because I've got I could try, but I've just not got time to edit or put the sounds on or any sound effects or anything like that. It's a lot. I want to put a lot more into the videos than I currently do, and that's my thing at the minute. I want to do things, so. Yeah, I want to put more in. I want to have more in the videos, and I want to do more with the videos. So, yeah. Jeremy, besides physical media going from an individual released to box sets, do you guys scale down other things similarly? What?
Besides physical media going from individual released to box sets.
Oh, right. So rather than having like the 5 full Amaray cases on there, if they went to one box set of all 5 films in one case, is that what you mean, Jeremy?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, all you're doing is saving shelf space, though, aren't you? You're just.
Yeah. I mean, over time, to be honest, I've started to clear out a lot of box sets. I've not got many left, really. Purely because I was finding that I was buying a box set for 1 or 2 movies in them, and I didn't need the other 4 or 5 or things like that. So over time, I think the box sets generally have been leaving, and I've been replacing them with individual releases just for the movies I want to own. So I've showed it before, but that After Dark neo-noir collection from Imprint that I had, I think it was a box set of 6 movies. I've listed that on eBay now because really there's only 2 movies that I personally wanted to own and keep in there. So I'm selling that and saving the space, but I will be replacing it by the individual releases. So it's more about the films that are within the box set than the size of the box set or anything else like that now. So I'm pulling it back that way, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Morton's review says, I've been switching out all the single releases for small box sets and it saves so much space. Mad Dog, Space Savers, they can be quite useful, but not every film in a franchise is worth having just for completeness.
Yeah.
I think we've spoken about that before, haven't we?
Yeah, the completist kind of thing and what have you.
There's a couple of franchises I've still got every movie in, and Lethal Weapon is a good example of it.
Yeah.
I think I've not got all the Mission Impossibles, to be honest with you. I've moved my things around so I can't see the box sets anymore. But I'm looking around for franchises that I've got. I've got all the Bourne films as well. I don't think I need all of them, but they're all in one box set. So, yeah, it seems pointless rebuying those at the moment. So I'm okay with that one being in there. It's a weird... I did the silly thing. I bought a box set. It was a digibook, I think, for Bourne collection. And it had the 4 Bourne movies in there. No, it had the 3 Bourne movies and then the Hawkeye Bourne movie, and then it had space for the 4th one, Jason Bourne, as well. So I'd got that. So I got rid of all the cases and everything I had for those movies, and then the Jason Bourne, I ended up buying the steel book and putting the disc from that in this media book. I don't know. It was weird. It was a space-saving thing, but yeah. I don't know why I got the steel book for it. That went.
Why not just put them in sleeves?
Yes.
And put it in a drawer and not worry about it.
Adam says Indy only has 3 movies.
Very true. Very true, Adam.
Mad Dog
it's even in the title, The Last Crusade. It's there. Job done after that.
Mad Dog says, did you guys chat about the Paramount Warner Brothers deal?
No, we haven't done.
Maybe next week when the dust settles and something gets finalised, because...
it looks like he's definitely pushing ahead. I mean, the fact that Netflix have made something like 2.8 billion just from kind of coming out of it is ridiculous. It's absolute madness, but we'll see whether Netflix go back in yet. They might be calling their bluff. Who knows?
Yeah, I kind of want to see what happens. I think there's been too much speculation, stress, worry, comments and things like that. It's like, I'm tired of hearing about it. Just let me know when it's all finished, done and dusted. Let's see what shakes out then. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the streaming services and how they handle the catalogue of films. Netflix might have been the better option after all, but we'll see. Martin says not all movie sequels are worth collecting. Absolutely. Darren says I thought the Bourne Ultimatum was a good ending. Yeah, I agree. It should have ended there, really. Morton says I have the first 3 Bourne movies in a box and then the last one solo, but I would definitely switch if I could find a small box. I would do a reach around, but I don't know where it is, but it was like a media book and it had this card sleeves that you put the discs in. It was weird. Alex says I got rid of my Batman vs Superman and Justice League Blu-rays as I'm planning to pick up the trilogy set as they're all in one case. Okay, that would be space saving. Alex says Netflix would have gutted the cinematic experience. Potentially. I'd be interested to see how they'd have played it, to be fair.
Well, they were talking about having, was it they were gonna do like a definite window. I can't remember, it was like 22 days or something. They'd put a time on it where they said they were going to push everything for theatrical release that deserves it, but it's all right saying a 22-day window or whatever, but then they can just pick and choose, and something that should be going to the cinema, they can just go, well, no, actually we don't think it should, and before you know it, there's just arguments and it's messy.
Fair. One comment that did come in earlier, I'll just highlighted it so I don't forget about it. But we had Sandy McNair said, "Hi, do you both go to TV and movie memorabilia conventions?" Not quite as much as we should, I don't think.
We've not been for a wee while, have we?
No.
I've probably been to more toy fairs and things of late than anything else. We have done. We used to go to Birmingham all the time. I've been to Comic-Con a couple of times, and
I think in England the problem is that there are so many small conventions that just aren't very good. And, there's a couple of big ones that do look pretty decent, but it felt like, in getting to the smaller ones, it felt like they were just stacked up with traders selling tat. They didn't feel as epic like they used to, because we used to go and we used to pick up imported movies, we used to pick up special posters and things like that, and it just doesn't feel that same sort of environment anymore. So we did pull back a hell of a lot from going to things like that, because they just aren't comparable anymore in the same kind of way. I mean, I met Ray Harryhausen and sort of got his autograph and chatted to him for a couple of minutes at one, and he wasn't there as a guest signer for the convention. He was part of another stall. He had I don't know if it was a print company or something like that had got Ray Harryhausen there, and just wander along a Comic-Con and bump into him, and it was just incredible. And there just doesn't seem that sort of experience anymore. They all seem very, they just don't.
I went to For the Love of Horror, not last year, the year before. That was okay, but I remember when Collectomania was like at Milton Keynes, and it was spread throughout the shopping centre. So you had like the main bulk of the stores in the middle, and then the star signings were dotted around all over the place. So you kind of like walk past WH Smith and Boots, and there's Robert Englund sat there at a table. And then you'd carry on round past another couple of shops, and then, somebody else was sat there. It was a very surreal experience, but no, they're not how they used to be anymore. There was a weird transition where the film ones were getting smaller, and can you remember they then incorporated the sports aspect as well?
Yes, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was awful. AJ says collecting in general has been ruined by a lot of scalpers looking for a side hustle. Yeah, I think it has. I mean, you see it on the conventions as well, when you see the stalls set up and the prices they charge. Everyone's just out there to fleece whatever money they can. And it doesn't feel like it's for the love of the movies or anything anymore. It just feels like it's all done for profit, which it is really anyway. But people just seem to be that's their be all and end all. They just want profit. They don't care about the thing anymore.
I found with the toy fairs, so many of the toys are film and TV related kind of thing. So I've kind of got that, scratched that itch by doing those instead.
Yeah.
For now. But yeah, still like doing them. They're just not as good as they used to be.
Yeah. Adam says Comic-Con is getting back to its roots here also, and CinemaCon is blowing up in star popularity. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I hope it does get back to something like that, because it has changed over the years, and not for the best.
Yeah.
Fluna23, watcher of the video on demands here. You guys talked about the Dollars trilogy re-released with the extra disc and all the essays for $30 cheaper than buying each standard edition by itself. My friend is annoyed. That was part of the Arrow release.
Yeah, I said this, people were waiting. They were staggered over 3 months, each single release. Fistful of dollars, few dollars more, good, the bad, and the ugly. And everybody waited patiently and bought all 3 months running. And then they've just turned around and released this very nice looking box set with all of them in there.
Wasn't, coming back to scalpers, wasn't it sort of scalper heavy with particularly the good and bad and the ugly for these box sets as well? Didn't they go mad for the scalping prices on eBay at one point?
Oh, I don't remember.
Right, I'm sure it was going absolutely mental. I bet it's not. I would have a look now, but let me have a quick look. I don't think it'll be anywhere near the same now, because of the release or the announcement of this Arrow trilogy. But
I think we need to be looking at the leaderboard after that.
Yes, we will. Sorry, I've got shares. Let me share screen. So having a look on this, you can still see people we're going absolutely mad. Can you see that? So this is the UK.
Ridiculous.
So they've still got it up there. Good, bad, and the ugly. What, 80 quid, 110 quid. Clearly not knowing that Arrow's new box set's just been announced. But yeah, scalpers are out for it. I hope they get burned with that. It's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. But anyway, yes. Sorry, I'm aware that time is ticking on, and I've gone over yet again. So I'm going to do the chart, Glenn. I'll do the chart.
Do it.
Top 10. So, top 10 fans for today. At number 10, we've got Colin Partington. Well done.
Well done, Colin. Welcome to the top 10.
Yes. Number 9, we've got Cinema-san. Number 8, Darren G. 7, we've got Martin's Movie Cupboard. Number 6, we've got Alex Great. Number 5, we've got Adam from New York.
Nice.
Number 4, we've got Mon's Reviews. Number 3, Jeremy Clark.
Yeah.
Number 2, we've got AJ. And then number 1, is this the first timer for Woody? Woody's got the crown.
Well done, Woody.
Nice. Well done.
Woody's already given it a woohoo.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen Woody at number 1 before.
No, I don't think so.
In that case.
Well done, Woody.
Well done.
Well done.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. I can't even remember what we've been talking about. I feel like we've been rambling, but anyway.
What? Ramble? Never.
Yeah, I think it's going on like that.
Never.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll bye.
Bye, everyone.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!